Hi, I'm Chaplain Larry Crabtree. I'm serving with the St. Mary's County Sheriff's Office and the Maryland State Police Leonardtown Barracks.
And I'm Chaplain Charlie Wharton with the St. Mary's County Sheriff's Office.
Charlie, once again, we're back to our weekly discussion on compassion fatigue. And we've been learning how prevalent that is for law enforcement, corrections officers, first responders of any variety, pastors, really anybody.
Anybody in the helping profession.
Yes, yeah. And we saw that can result if we don't deal with it properly and do some intentional, active things to overcome it, some pretty internal gunk.
You know, a lot of people will go through a 20, 25-year career and maybe have a stitch or get a bruise or something, and really never get hurt. The impact, the most serious impact for people in the helping profession is not the bruises and the scars on the outside, it's what's inside.
Yeah. So we've been discussing some helpful things that can be done to overcome that and keep ourselves healthy. We've talked, first of all, about don't take everything personally. And it's not always about us, and not everything's against us all the time, and has to do with that perception that we have. We've talked also about really do what you can. Don't expect yourself to be able to do everything. There's a lot of things that we just can't control. And we've got to understand that perspective. That helps when we understand that and take that attitude. We've discussed that we need to be aware that there are a lot of good people and good things that are happening all around us, that not everything is bad. We tend to focus on the bad. That's the way humans are. And then we forget about all this good that's going on around us, or even that I myself am doing. We can forget about that. We need to spend more time thinking about those things.
Yeah, we need to foster that positive attitude.
Yeah, that's critical. That's really important. And then we also talked about how we need to keep our eyes on the horizon, that no matter what we're going through, there is going to come an end to this thing. It's not going to go on forever. It'll be a new normal, but it's not going to be in this place we are right now. We're feeling so uncomfortable.
Yeah, that dark place, and that dark place is a scary place to be.
So there's one more piece of advice that we have, and this one I really like. This is the one I was kind of really looking forward to. There's a lot of neat ways we can address this.
Yeah, we've gone through the last 6 just to get to this one. Right?
This is fun. So what are we talking about here?
Find a way to get away. Find something to do that gets you away from the stress and the fatigue that you're experiencing. In other words, go and have fun.
Yeah. And that can be like what?
Well, depending upon when, if you're looking at this and we're still in the middle of the COVID-19, that may limit what we're able to do. But there are, even if we are confined to home, I think one of the things that we've learned over the last few weeks is that we can make our own recreation. And especially those who have family at home, this may be one of the few opportunities when you get to spend quality time with your children or with your family at home.
Yeah, I'll tell you something that we did. You have to be outside, and of course we have grandkids. I love my grandkids. But there was something really refreshing. I actually made a batch of bubbles. And they came over, and it was just a day of blowing giant bubbles. I mean, that was so refreshing.
Apparently, I didn't get the phone call.
Yeah, sorry.
Come over sorry.
You're not part of my family. But I have extra. I mean, we could do that. But there's all kinds of stuff we can do. Do you have any other practical ideas? What are some ways that we can pull ourselves away from that area of stress?
You know, one of the things that I've noticed is that if I don't do my workouts, my attitude reflects that. That negativity is becomes so much more prevalent if I'm not doing something physical. I think there's another thing that is important, and that is to monitor the type of media that we bring into our lives.
Yeah.
And when I'm talking about media, I'm not just talking about news. What kind of music are we listening to? What kind of TV shows are we watching? I love to watch these go shoot 'em up shows, but sometimes that drains it. That drains the spirit out of you. So be aware of what you're taking in.
Yeah. And I think there's a lot of stuff on the market now too. I've heard people find it really healthy. Have you heard of these weighted blankets?
I have heard about it, but I'm not a big
I
blanket
see,
guy. So.
yeah, I think I would hate it personally,
Yeah.
but there are people saying that it is tremendously comforting and really helpful. So there's things like that that might even be beneficial. And I mean, I think you do a search on the web of ways to de-stress or ways to do self-care, and you can find a list of ideas that are available.
One thing that's often overlooked, and that is journaling. It's sitting down and writing with a purpose. It's not just saying I wrote 5 tickets today or I had 2 domestics today or something like that. But what did I learn from it? What can I take away from it? And if you end with, here is something positive that I'm going to take away from today, it allows you to end on a positive note and get your day started better tomorrow.
All good stuff. And again, we're talking about how is it we move away from that place of stress, get away from it as often as we can. And again, that doesn't happen automatically, right?
No, it's something that we have to plan and we have to make it happen because this world is not going to take care of us by itself.
Excellent. Thanks, Charlie.
Thank you.
Stuff. It's good again to be with you. We're missing you and look forward to when we're finally able to connect again. But until then, remember, be strong.
And be safe.